Jaden, and we're live.
Sweet, sweet. Hello, all you wonderful, beautiful people out there
Dude, we got no one
that
in
have
our
already joined the
we have
stream because I know there's.
dude, we got no one yet. It says 0.
That's why.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be the first one to join, maybe.
No, dude, I already joined.
Oh, lucky.
Dude, we're up to 15 subscribers. 15.
Dang, dude. That's like more than last time. What did we end
We ended last time with
last?
13, I think.
Nice. Look at us go. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Did you see that circle and square?
Dude, I did. Jaden, also tonight, by the way, if you noticed, I formatted the questions a little differently throughout the pages so people can, you know, we can get people's responses and see what they like the most.
Okay, yeah. If they like the sticky note or actually text written on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, 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 cool. Why?
Okay, I think we should we start going? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just sending it out to everyone so that they can get on.
Why can't I find the live stream?
Dude, I don't know, 'cause it's there.
Yeah, I believe you.
Alright, we got
Oh
one
well.
current viewer and it's still me, I think. Maybe not actually, 'cause I just exited out of it. Okay. And I wanted to change something really quick, but we can get going here. Oh, we got 3 current viewers.
Nice.
Never mind. That was gonna be bad. Hold on. Okay. Alright, let's just get going here. Okay, so what's the first question we got?
The first question, write a mathematical expression for the quantity described verbally. The area of a triangle whose altitude is 2 more than its base length x.
Okay, hold on. The person that's asking this question is having trouble finding it still, so I'm gonna go ahead and do something really quick.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably wait for the person that asked it, especially since we're just barely starting.
Probably.
And I also am having trouble finding the stream. Like
Dude,
I'm on our page and it's not up.
are you sure? Because it is on my phone. I'm watching it right now.
Let me just exit out of YouTube and try again.
It's on public. We've got currently 3 viewers watching, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I sent it to them, so I think we should be good to go.
Okay. Huh.
Except it's really blurry, which is not good. There we go. Why?
Oh my god. Dude. Stretch.
Alrighty. It's not blurry on my phone. Okay. Alright, let's get going, shall we?
Yeah.
I think we're good to go. Hopefully, Hallie, if you're out there, you can let us know in the comments, chat away, so we can make sure that you're listening. All right, so it says write a mathematical expression for the quantity described verbally. The area for for a triangle whose altitude is 2 more than its base length x. All right, so Jaden, I'm going to draw a beautiful triangle here. You can judge me all you want. Okay.
Okay, dude. You draw
Oh,
one
dude, I
triangle
missed.
and
Look, I
I'll draw
missed.
another.
I missed. Okay. Wow, yours is so much better than mine. So we got the height here. Okay.
Yeah. And in this question, height is the same thing as the altitude.
Yep. H
Okay.
equals altitude. I think that's good enough.
And do you remember what the area of a triangle is? Just the formula of
Uh,
it?
I do, Jaden. It is 1
Awesome.
half.
Area equals
1 half
1
base
half.
times the height.
Okay, awesome. That equals
Area.
big A for area. Okay. This one, what is 2 more? Is that multiplication, division, addition, subtraction?
Wait, what?
The altitude is 2 more than its base length x. 2 more means what
Oh,
in this case?
good question. When you read something and hear the word more, that means multiply. Okay, then my T vanished.
Are you sure that that is multiply?
2 times more?
It says 2 more, right? Not 2
Yeah.
times more?
Yeah, 2 more is multiply. Jaden.
I don't know about that, Kip.
Why? Explain.
Because if I give you 2 more of something, don't you just get 2 more?
You're
So isn't
absolutely
that
right.
addition?
You're right. Yeah, we got a comment from someone saying it thought it was addition, and you're right, dude. I'm slipping up already tonight. But
Hey, that's why we ask that question, is because a lot of people get confused, right?
yeah, including
Sometimes the
myself.
math language is hard.
I'm not good with the English. So more equals plus, right? Okay. So now we have this equation. Hey, yeah, get rid of that. Okay. So Jaden, maybe you should take over right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna just write area. We haven't changed the 1 half. That's still part of our area. Our base is still length x, right? It says it's x. And then we still have multiplication. I'm going to represent that with parentheses. And our altitude or our height is 2 more than x. So we just have x plus 2. This is how I would probably just leave it. But if they want you to go a step further, we can distribute the x and the 1 half throughout the parentheses. So we could get the expression as, what would that be? 1 half
X
x
squared.
squared plus x.
Yeah. So just to x plus x 2x, dude. You got to throw your 2 in there.
but I distributed the 1/2 with it, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Yep, I see what you did. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's work through that step a little bit then. So
Okay.
yeah, what
Yeah,
you
that might
did,
have been confusing.
yeah, so what you did is you did 1/2 x times x, and then you did 1/2 x times 2x, right?
Right.
And so if we were to write it out, you'd get 1/2 x squared plus 2 over 2x, and that cancels out, and that's why you got what you got. And
Right.
just to clear things up a little bit here, so like you said, from that, it says that base length is equal to x, right? And then we have the,
Right.
I'll just say alt for altitude is equal to x plus 2 because it's 2 more than the base, right?
Right.
Um,
And yeah, that's why I asked that question about the 2 more, right? Because a lot of people get confused with what the English words are for multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, and I'm glad we had that little mishap with you, Kip, to make it more interesting.
yeah, I promise I know math. I promise. I'm smart. But
Sometimes
hey, you know what?
we do some blunders, right? Okay, are there any questions? Anybody in the chat want to
So, just
have
really
any
quickly,
clarifying
the
questions?
person that asked this question doesn't have access to the chat because they don't have a YouTube channel. But their question is um, this. So they got 1/2 base and then height plus 2 is where they're getting a little confused. So the question states, if we write, I'm going to go up here by this triangle. It says the area of the triangle whose altitude, so h is going to equal alt, okay, for altitude. H is the height.
Right.
So if I rewrite out the whole area equation, we have 1/2 base times alt, whoops, alt equals a. And then from there we can say that, so we know that it says the area of the triangle whose altitude is 2 more than its base length. So alt is equal to base plus 2, right?
Right.
And then, so that would be 1/2 base, and then we have alt plus 2, or not alt plus 2, sorry. Whoops, made a mistake already. This is base, because what we did here is, see, we plugged in the base plus 2 for where alt is, because the altitude is equal to base plus 2. And then from there, anywhere that there's base, we plugged in x for base, because it says here in the question that the base length x, so base equals x. And so from there, that's where we got this equation right here, and then we simplified it. So just really quickly for those that are watching, just to explain what this question means and what this answer means, is that the base, this base, determines the height of the triangle, right? So the bigger the base, so if base,
Right.
you know, if we had a bigger base, if this got longer, then our height would have to go up higher. And so that's just kind of what this actually represents. So every time the base gets bigger, the altitude also has to get bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys have any
All
more
right. Does that
questions?
answer the question? think that deserves a solved, Kip.
Dude, you think?
I think so.
Dude, so that question
Yeah, let
is solved.
us know if there's any other questions about this.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let's move on to the next one here. Okay, so we have a square inscribed in a circle. Jaden, do you want to start this one off?
Sure. So the first thing I want to write down is what is the area of a square? Area of a square, that is pretty simple. It's just the base times itself, right? If you have a length of 2, you just multiply 2 times 2 because it's a square. We know all sides of the square are the same length. So that means I'll just write a b squared. Okay? And b just represents our base. Okay? Now, since a square is inscribed in a circle, that means the 4 corners of the square are touching the outside of the circle. Okay, and let's draw a little dot here in the middle of the circle. That will be our center. Okay, and we know the radius is from
So we've
the
got a question
edge
saying
of the
that.
circle to the center.
So just really quickly, we've got in
Yeah.
the chat, it's saying, or I got a message saying that area is equal to width times height. And just to clarify, that is absolutely correct for a rectangle, which a square is technically a type of rectangle. But what makes a square is the width equals the height, or the base equals the height. And so, you have
Right.
this. You have A equals W times, you have W times W. And so that's why it equals that, right? Or I guess in my case, I'm using width, so
Right.
it's the width squared. But that's the important distinguishing factor there with the square, is that all the sides are the same. So you multiply one side to the other side, and that's why we got that squared term.
Awesome. Thanks for the clarification, Kip.
You're welcome.
All right.
Just in case anyone's wondering,
Now
that's
we want to
mathematics.
be able to. Yeah, it sure is. Write the area of the square as a function of the radius of the circle. Okay, so now we have this radius, right? And we know the radius is the same all the way around the circle, right? So I can draw the radius from one corner to the center, and that will be the center of the circle and the square, because we know the square is inscribed in the circle. It's given that information to us. Next, I actually want to find the diameter of the square. So the length from one edge of the circle through the center to the opposite edge of the circle. Okay, and Kip, if we know the radius, what is the diameter?
So the radius is equal to 1/2 of the diameter.
Oh,
hey, I'm writing it out. So if
yeah,
we
sorry,
times,
I was just giving you a head start, but
we times both sides by 2, and we get that 2 times the radius is equal to the diameter. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So we have 2r for this length across here, right? 2r. And do we have any other information from this, Kip? Is there anything else we can try to help us solve this question?
Well, you drew out something, which is, I mean, you by dividing that in half like that and finding that diameter, we're able to, you know, we made two right triangles. I'm not sure if that's what you're going for. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to solve this.
So I was thinking, how can we find this length of one of the sides of the square given the information we have? Do we have enough information given to us to find a side length? And that's where this question is kind of tricky, right?
Yeah, right. It is definitely tricky there, and we are missing one more equation to figure that out, and I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but you may have an answer in your mathematical brain.
Off the top of my head, I do not. I don't have the answer either. So,
I'm trying to think here.
let's real quick.
Okay. Oh. The area of the circle is what we're getting told. But I don't think that'll be... You're absolutely right, Hallie. The area of the circle is equal to pi times r squared. That is absolutely correct. However, the question is asking for the area of the square, not of the circle.
I have really bad connection right now, Kip. So if I lose you, I am sorry.
Why you have bad
I don't
connection?
know if you even heard that or not.
I did. Can you hear me?
I have no idea. Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see if anything will load.
I'm looking it up here.
It says okay. Whew.
Let's see here.
Okay, so
yeah, you got an answer for me?
let's think about the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
Maybe say that again.
I said, yeah, that's a good idea. This might be a little too complicated, but we can solve for it at least, right? And figure it out. But I think that is the best way to do this.
Yeah.
So we know that we have a squared. It'll work out. We're just deriving something that's probably already known. A squared equals b squared plus c squared, right? And then if we take...
Yeah.
So we get, in this case, a, we're going to call this a, right? Oh wait, I'm doing this all backwards here. We'll give it the correct terminology. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And we're going to name this length here c. And so then we take the square root of both sides, right? And we get square root of a squared plus b squared equals C. Jaden, are you there? Uh-oh, I'm losing Jaden. He's going away. And so we know that this is going to be A, and this is going to be B. And we know, like we set up here, A is equal to B, so we'll just leave them as two B's. So we've got the square root of B squared plus B squared equals C. And then, oh wait, I'm doing this all backwards. We're trying to find B. Okay, never mind. Gotta go back here. Jaden, are you coming back from the dead here, dude?
We're having some technical difficulties.
Noticed. Okay. So sorry, guys. I did this backwards. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to find our base. So this actually is b squared plus b squared equals c squared because of the fact that our bases, or our a and b, are both the same. And so then we get 2b squared equals c squared. And we want to solve for b, so we divide both sides by 2.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And then, so we get b squared equals c squared divided by 2. And so b is equal to square root of c squared over 2, like this, because we took the square root of both sides here. And then from there we get b is equal to c over square root of 2. And c is equal to 2r. So c equals 2r. So we got b equals 2r over square root 2. And so the area is equal to 4r. Well, here, I'm not going to jump the gun that quickly. Jaden, are you there, dude? Jaden. So we get 2r.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can.
So we get this. And
okay.
Then we get area is equal to 4r squared over 2. And we divide that, and we get a equals 2r squared. And I think we made that way more complicated than we needed to. But that is the answer. Jaden.
No, I got the same answer as you did. I was working on a piece of paper while the internet was struggling. I got that same answer. Pythagorean Theorem worked, dude. That was wonderful.
It was wonderful. I don't know if there's an easier way to do that problem. I mean, that one takes a lot of different math skills.
Let's clean up the math just a little bit.
What do you mean?
We can substitute. Beautiful. What was that?
I said it's beautiful.
I'm so sorry, Kip. Internet is being royal bummerdale for me right now.
Dude, that is all right. Hopefully it gets better here.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay, you want me to erase and clean up the math really quick?
So on our... Yeah, right here at the C, we can just plug in the 2r.
Okay.
Then we skip this extra stuff, so we'd have a 4r squared there.
Here, let's erase all that.
Then we'd have 2
Let's
b
erase this
squared
over.
equals 4r squared.
Okay. So we've got so we get 2b squared equals 2r, and this is all squared, so this is equal to 2b squared is equal to 4r squared, because when you're squaring things, you times them by themselves, so that's 2r times 2r, which equals 4r squared. And then, and so then from there we have 2b squared is
divide
equal to,
by 2.
yeah, so we divide by 2. So divide by 2, and we get 2r squared. Wait, we made a mistake somewhere then.
No, you have b squared, oops, that's a 2, equals 2r squared. Then we take the square root. We get b equals square root 2 times r. And then when you plug that in over here, that's when we get a equals the 2r squared.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one's a little more tricky. If you're still watching, Hallie, you can ask away if you have questions on how we did that. If not, we're going to keep going. But for now, guess what, Jaden? This question is solved. And this is mathematical, and it was also mathematical.
Heck yeah.
That was all sorts of math there. Okay. So guys, so far,
all right, are
comments
there
below? What? Which one of these setups you like the most? The post-it note to the right, the post-it note to the left, or the title in the middle? I'd love to hear what you guys think.
Yes. All right. And if there's any other questions anyone has, write them in the chat. Or you can send Kip a text if you have his number.
Yeah, you can send me a text, send an email, whatever. We're easygoing. Just as long as you get your question to us, that's all we need. So, oh wait. Post it left and title middle are my favorite. So far we don't like the right is what we've got in the comments.
So move this over here.
Yeah, move it over there.
Okay. And did we answer Kelsey's question about what does it mean to write the area of the square as a function of the radius of the circle? Did we answer that as we did the problem, Kelsey?
Yeah, Kelsey, did we give you a good enough answer, or are we, is there something that do we need to clarify about that? And while we're letting the chats come in, we'll go on to this next question here. Okay, one positive number is 4 times another positive number. The sum of the two numbers is 620. Find the two numbers. Ooh. Okay. Jane, do you want me to start this one, or do you want to start it?
You can start it. I am fine starting it too. I don't care.
Dude, should we race on this one? And we'll both talk over each other explaining what we're doing?
Yeah, and then people will be like, what are they even talking about? I think that's a great idea. Should we just do it?
Yeah, we should just do it. Okay, so ready? Here we go. One positive number is 4 times another positive number. So one positive, that's going to be a plus sign, and we're going to call it x, is 4 times, so that's going to be 4x. Jaden, you're not talking, dude. You got to talk. Another
Oh,
positive.
so one number is 4 times the other
Another time
number. I'm
is
going to combine
positive.
like terms
The
right
sum
now
of the two
because they
numbers
both have x,
is
and I'm going
equal
to
to
write that
620.
equal to
So we say x is
620.
the number,
I'm going
and
to
then 4,
divide
yeah,
by
and
5,
then so we got 5x
and I
equals
believe that means
620.
x
So we
equals
divide by 5, we get 6.
124, and then 4 times that value would be
4 times
400,
120, 480, no, 496.
496.
I beat you. I beat you.
Yeah,
I
you
totally
did.
beat you there. And that question is solved.
Okay, now let's go through that a little slower and actually make sense.
Okay. So we have a positive number, which I'm gonna call x. Okay. So
Okay,
x is gonna be our positive number. Okay. And it's gonna be 4
right.
times. Well, so I'm saying the second number is equal to x. So I'm gonna say x is one number, and I'm gonna say y is another. Hal is
Yeah.
asking, do we divide by 4 and not 5? And so we're going to explain why we divided by 5 and not 4. So we're going to say x and y are two different numbers that we have. And we're going to say y is equal to 4 times x. So we have x plus y, right, is equal to 620. And then from there we do x plus 4x, because y is equal to 4 times x equals 620. And then, Jaden, do you want to take it from here?
Yeah. Then we can combine like terms on the left-hand side of the equal sign. Like terms are the like terms that share the same variable, or they don't have any variables at all, right? In this case, both of these have x, so those are like terms, and none of the x's are squared, so we know we can combine those. And this is considered a 1x, so 1x plus 4x gives us 5x equals 620. And now this is just a one-step equation where we have to solve for x. By doing that, we do inverse operations. 5 times x inverse operation would be divide by 5. Those just cancel each other. Anything divided by itself is 1. And we divide by 5 over here. We get x equals the 124.
Jaden, can you
And
do
then,
that division in your head without a calculator, dude? You're so smart.
dude, I did do that in my head. Did you? Or
Dude,
did you copy my answer, dude?
dude, I did a little bit of both. I was like,
Okay,
I
and
was going,
then
I was like, yeah, I think that works. Yep, that's good to me.
yeah, that seems about right. And then to solve for y, right? We know y equals 4x, so we just have y equals 4 times 124, and that equals our 400. That looks like a z. I'm sorry. 496. That's a equal sign.
Cool. All right,
Okay, so we
so
have our x and our y.
do that equation is
And
solved. I keep pushing this button tonight. I like it. Solved.
nice. And to check your answer, all you have to do is do x plus y, 124 plus 496. That, in fact, does equal 620, if I can do that math right. So I think we did that question correctly.
I think we did. I think we're nailing it
Yeah,
tonight, dude.
yeah, we
Okay.
are.
Dude, who is Ruth? Do you ever wonder, like, when they're coming up with these names for these questions, if it's like someone they knew and this question is somewhat based off of them, or, who was this person?
Yeah, I wonder that sometimes.
Anyways,
What?
let's see if Ruth was good at whatever she was supposed, or she was good at whatever they're supposed to be doing here. So we got
Yeah.
Ruth is weighing two job offers from the sales department of two companies. One offers a base salary of 25,000 plus 5% gross sales. Another offers 20,000 plus 7% gross sales. What would Ruth's gross sales need to be to make the second job offer more attractive than the first?
Okay. So do you want to start this question off, or do you want me to start this question
Dude,
off?
I think you can start this one off. How about
Okay.
how about you do the how about you set up the equation for the 25,000 and I'll set up the equation for the 20,000.
I'm just gonna set up one equation.
No.
No? You don't think so?
Okay, you set up the left side of the equation, I'll set up the right side.
Okay. So we have 25,000 plus we have whatever we sell, right? So 5% of our sales. I'm going to represent sales with an X, okay?
Dude, why X?
X. Because that's just a thing in math that people use. Do we want to use like a Z, a Q, a S for sales?
Dude, can we throw in like an emoji, a smiley face?
Sure, dude.
Dude, I
That
think
sounds good.
no, that's gonna confuse people maybe. We'll stick with X. But
Oh,
what do you
we'll
know
call it
do you
X.
know why mathematicians made an X? Like why did they choose X out of everything, dude? You ever wonder that?
Probably because that letter isn't used very much. I don't know.
Probably. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, and then I'm gonna write the 5% as a decimal. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a 0.05.
That is correct.
And then I'm gonna multiply that by X, right? Because each cell I get gives me 5% extra money, right? Does that make sense? So if I sold, wait, is that right, Kip?
That is right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're definitely
Yeah.
right. I was
Okay,
confused for a
I
second too.
explained it correctly. I
Yeah.
got confused by explaining it. Okay, and then I'm going to set this equal to 20,000 plus 0.07 times x. The reason why I am just setting it
Hey,
equal.
Jaden, that was my part of the equation, you jerk.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I jumped the gun.
Yeah, you did.
But the reason why I set these two equal was because we want to figure out at what x value, right? At what total amount we sell when these are equal to each other. And then we can just know any extra cell on top of that, one value is greater than the other.
Yeah, and because I'm a little butthurt because you wrote my side of the equation, I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
you
I'm
can do
gonna, I'm
this.
gonna, I'm gonna write something out. So just to clarify, so we got $25,000. Look, I'm gonna put a dollar sign there to clarify. Then we got
Oh, heck yeah. That kind of
0.05%.
looks like a six, though. Fixed it.
Thanks. And then we have 0.05 x, and we're gonna say this is equal to some big money. Big money, right? And then the
Big
other
money
thing,
dollars.
and then the other one is also 20,000. Oh gosh, no, no, here we go. We got plus 0.07x, and this is equal to big money too. And so the reason why Jaden's setting them equal to each other because they're equal to the same amount of big money. Okay.
Okay. All right, and now we just got to do some algebra to see what x is. And then we just have to add one more to that to make it better than the 5%, right?
What would gross total sales need to be to make the second job more?
Well, I guess it would just be anything greater, so it doesn't have to be 1 because we could be talking about
should we change this from an
0.0001.
equal sign to a greater than?
Yes, that works.
I think that is a little more accurate, right? Because it's asking, what would gross total sales need to be to make the second job offer more attractive than the first?
Yes, I agree.
And we could even throw in an equal sign, less than or equal to kind of deal there. Okay. So first thing we want to do, Jaden, is we want to combine like terms, right? Again,
right.
Like terms, or we have a constant, which is the numbers that aren't changing, and then we have the x's. So we try to get the x's on one side of the equation, and just the constants or the normal numbers on the other side.
Right. So we can do this multiple ways, right? We can move this, subtract the 20,000 on this side.
I like that because then we're not dealing with negative numbers.
Yes, and negative numbers
screw up inequalities.
Sometimes screw up inequalities, yeah. So our minus 20,000, boom, that's gone on that side. And we are left with 5,000 on this side. Let's just do the variables at the same time because why do extra lines when you don't need to, right, Kip?
Exactly. So
I'm going to minus
0.05 from both sides, 0.05x.
Yeah, there we go.
And this equals 0.02x.
Nice.
Now, what do we want to do from here? Oh, wait, not equals.
Now, this is a multiplication problem, right?
Yeah, it is.
So we do inverse operation. So we divide by 0.2, divide by 0.02, not 0.2, sorry. I said it wrong, wrote it right. And do we have a calculator?
Jaden, I don't think we need a calculator.
Dude, I'm going to use a calculator because we have it available.
Okay, but it's going to be 25000. Is that right? No, wait. Add another 0.
How many zeros did you write?
4 zeros.
Dude.
Is that right?
You are a genius.
Not equals. Bad, Jaden.
I changed it, dude. I changed it.
Dude, that's some big money in sales right there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sell 250,000 Pokemon cards or something. Girl Scout cookies.
No, so this is gross. So this is, we got to remember. So this is 25. This isn't units, Jaden. This is gonna be dollars, right?
Yeah.
Because it's 7% of the gross sales.
We're gonna have to sell a lot of Girl Scout cookies, Kip.
Yeah, we are. I mean, what, Girl Scout cookies are like $3-4 a pack? So
I think they're more than that now, aren't they?
I don't know. I've never bought Girl Scout cookies. But yeah, $250,000, dude. That is a lot of sales.
Greater than 250,000.
I think that second job, their employer is a lot smarter at their business strategy than that first one, is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. They're like, but hey, 7% gross sales. You got this.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you have to sell $250,000. I'm a rich man now." But
Yep.
yeah,
Okay. I think that is solved.
dude, I think you're right. I think that one is solved. Dude, I love those animations. They're so beautiful. I think we've got a question coming in here. We'll see if we've got one or not. So the answer to the question is, what's Ruth Grossell's total need to be made to make the second job? So Ruth needs to sell at least $250,000 in gross, do at least $250,000 in gross sales to make the second job more attractive. But I think this question is up for interpretation. Honestly, it says more attractive. What does that mean? You know,
That's
like,
true.
what if your best friend's working at the second job? Should that be the answer? My best friend works there.
Yeah. My best friend. Yeah, that is some quality handwriting.
Yeah, I know.
We can all,
I went to calligraphy school, dude.
dude, I can tell. I can tell. That's
Okay.
wonderful.
Um, so so what's the answer? The second job has two rays. So the answer is that they need to make at least $250,000 in gross sales. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Okay, is this the last
This is the last of these
question?
questions, and we might have to stop here tonight because it is getting close to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
If anyone else has any questions, though, you can please comment in the chat below, and we can maybe answer them next time. And if not, that is okay.
Yeah. Or send them to the email posted below.
Yeah, if you guys are watching and have questions for next time, send them to the email, and we will get them sent to you. Okay. Has two acid solutions on hand. One is
Who
20%
has?
acid. I don't know. I must have not written out this question all the way. That's my bad. I think Jaden
Okay.
has. Jaden's can
Okay.
melt the world with his acid.
My acid solutions. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
One is 20% acid and the other is 35% acid. How much 20% acid solution and how much 35% acid solution should be used to prepare 25 liters of 26% acid solution? Dude, I'm going to start this one because you started the last one. So we got
good
one
idea.
is 20% acid and the other is 35% acid. So we're going to say 20%, we'll write it as a 0.2, right? 0.2 equals 20%. 0.2,
Right.
and we'll say x, right? Plus 30.35y is equal to 26%, right? So, which is 0.26. So the question is, so just to clarify what this means, is that I'm going to say that x and y are both the amount, right? So these are liters. X and y are the total amount of liters of the 35% solution, and x is the amount of liters of the 20%
Dude,
solution.
I think we're gonna have a system of equations here, dude.
Dude, I think you're right, and those are mathematical. But
True.
I need to get a systems of equations animation. I feel like we're gonna use them enough that we need to
Yeah.
get that.
That'd be amazing.
Okay. So Jaden, do you want to set up the second equation?
Yeah, you left me with the easy job. Thanks.
You're so
So
welcome.
so Kip was saying that X and Y are the amounts, right? So our amount has to equal 25. So X plus Y equals 25. I don't know if it needs more explanation than that. If you think so, Kip, you can add what you want, but I think that was pretty straightforward. What about you?
I think that's pretty straightforward. Hey Jaden, just out of curiosity, how did you know that this was going to be a systems of equations?
Oh, good question. How did I know that it was going to be a system of equations? I, well, we know the amount has to be 25 liters and the acid solution has to be 26%. Uh, so those are two separate topics that we kind of have to solve for in a way, right? So I was thinking, how do we get two variables, two equations to solve this? That's just kind of what I was thinking in my head. I don't know. What about you, Kip?
Um, yeah, so when I see systems of or when the important thing in my mind about systems of equations is um, they're used to solve questions when we have two variables or more variables, right? Because per equation, you can only solve for one variable. And so if you have more than one variable, you need more equations, right? So in this case, we have two equations, so we need two variables. Or I mean, we have
Yeah,
two variables, so we need two equations. Um,
right.
and I feel like I didn't do a super great job of explaining my equation. I mean, your equation is pretty straightforward. Um, but the reason why it's set up the way it is we have zero point 0.2 times the total amount plus 0.35 times the total amount equals 0.26. And the reasoning behind that is, you know, percentages in kind of a way is almost like an average of sorts. And so we're trying to
Right.
get zero point 0.2 plus 0.35 to equal 0.26. And the only way to do that is by, you know, adding something else to the equation. And so that's where we needed to figure out the amounts. Okay. Um, so Jaden, what do you want to do from here?
Um, are we missing anything on the top equation? Should we
Um,
have that multiplied by 25? That 0.26?
yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I was like, I don't know how we're gonna get 0.26 just by looking at it. uh,
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. And this is times 25. I'm just trying to think if I, anyways, is there an easier way to,
let's try it, and if we get something,
well,
then we can.
that's right. I'm just trying to think if there is if I'm doing something uh, weird here.
Um,
Because what I'm thinking really quickly, I'm just thinking out loud here, is because we have 2x plus, or if we, right, if we did, never mind. Um, yeah, we'll just leave it like this for now. Okay, let's
okay.
keep going. So when you're doing a systems of equations, you want to solve for one variable in one equation and then plug it into the other variable or into that variable in the other equation. And x plus y is much easier to solve for, in my opinion, than the top one.
Right.
So
So
let's
what you're
solve.
doing is a substitution method. There's
Right.
also like an elimination and other ways, but this is probably the easiest for this circumstance.
Yes. So we're gonna minus x from here, and then we're gonna minus x from here. So these cancel and you get y is equal to 25 minus x. And then we can go ahead and plug that in right there.
Sweet. So we get, and then we're going to want to solve for x in this case.
Yes.
Okay.
So we get
So
0.2. So when we plug this in, we get 0.2x plus 0.35, and then in parentheses we have 25 minus x, right? And this is equal to 0.26 times 25. Does anyone here? I'm gonna calculate. Wait, can you keep explaining? I'm gonna calculate 0.26 times 25.
it is 6.5.
Okay. .5. Okay, you want to take over from here?
Sure. So now I'm going to distribute this 0.35 into the parentheses. We keep that first term the same, so 0.2x. Then 0.35 times 25 is 8.75. Why did I write? Hold up. So 0.35 times 25 is 8.75. And then we have minus 0.35x. And that still equals the 6.5.
Okay.
Equals 6.5.
Dude, you ran out of room.
I did. I write a little bit bigger than you because I don't have a fancy schmancy pencil.
The sad part is I think your handwriting's still neater than mine. Okay.
I don't know about that.
So then we want to again combine like terms, right?
Combine like terms.
So we can put these two together here, and to save on, well, we'll do it one at a time this time. So we got 0.2 minus 0.35, is that right?
So we get a negative 0.15.
Yeah, negative 0.15 plus.
That has an x. Got it for you.
Thanks, dude. Equals 6.5. And then we can go ahead and subtract 8.7 from both sides. 8.75. And so then we got 0.15x is equal to, negative, sorry, is equal to negative. Jaden, did you do this already?
It is 15.
What?
15. We get 15.
How do you get 15?
Oh, negative. Sorry, negative 2.25. And I jumped the gun. I was already getting x, you know? Sorry.
Yeah, okay. And then we divide by negative 0.15. Divide by negative 0.15 to get x by itself. And Jaden, what does x equal?
15.
15. Woot, woot, woot. And
okay, and then
this is solved. Oh wait, we're not solved yet. X is solved for us, so I think it deserves to be solved.
Yeah, we need to figure out what y is. So let's just plug that back into this equation.
Dude, why that equation? Oh, because it's super nice.
Yeah, super duper. I think y equals 10. What do
Dude,
you think?
I think you're right, but let's just write it out just to make sure we don't make any mistakes.
Good idea.
So we're plugging. Oh, dude, I almost screwed up. See, this is yikes. So this is x that we solved for, okay? And so we plug that 15 in for x, so we get y plus 15 equals 25. And then we subtract 15, and you get y
Yes, yes.
equals 10. So
Yes,
that is the answer.
that is solved. So one solution, the x, which is the solution of the 20%, you need 15 liters. And the y is the solution of 35%, and you need 10 liters to get a solution of 26% in the 25 liters.
Yep. And there you have it.
Okay.
So thank you for all those that tuned in tonight. Hallie, thank you for sending us the questions tonight. If you have more questions, please email us and we will, get those taken care of. If anyone else out there wants to send us some questions, please do. And we'll be live again Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is
Yeah.
2 hours behind Eastern Time, 1 hour ahead of Pacific Time, just in case anyone's wondering. And
Wait, we have a question in the chat real quick.
that says, how do you remember all of these equations?
Some of them aren't equations that you really remember. Like the system of equations, we came up with those just from the information we had. But a lot of the equations, like volumes and areas, those ones you kind of just remember from using them so much, or we just look them up real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I mean, I think that, and even setting up these systems of equations can be pretty tricky and might seem like they're coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's something that as you get more used to them, and it's maybe something we need to get better at explaining, just because we can look at these and figure it out really quickly because we've done so much stuff like this. But yeah, it's a lot of them are just figuring out the equation on the spot, and others are when you actually you have to look them up, or if you've done them enough and they're so common in mathematics and physics that you just get so used to doing them that they're just memorized in your brain.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and please hit the like button if you loved this video, and also don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed, and have a good rest of your night. Thank you,
Yeah.
and goodbye.
Thank you.